Hello, gorgeous children. Today we're looking at volume and capacity. A couple of things that you have to know with regards to changing units, but I really think you should be able to do it. So first of all, you know that this picture we've got here is a cube. That one's also a cube. It's 1 centimeters that way, 1 centimeters in depth, 1 centimeters in height. Okay, so you've normally got your width, your depth, and your height, and you'd multiply them all together, and you would get centimeters or whatever the unit is with a little 3, which means that it's cubed. You have seen this before. All right, so let's move now to our next picture. Okay, so in this picture here, you've got a rectangular prism, you've got a triangular prism, and you've got a pentagonal based prism. Okay, so you always look at what the base is of the, so this one is a rectangular based prism because the bottom of it is rectangular. This one here is a triangular based prism. So underneath it's triangular, and here you could say that that part is the base. Can't see me. That part is the base here. And then over here you've got your pentagonal based prism. Okay. Now, when you're having a look and you want to try and work out, let me go to the next page. And you're trying to work out what which numbers to look at. You can basically start anywhere. So we know that volume is your length. Oh, I want to draw now. Your length times your width times your height. Now, if you turned it around, your length and volume and width could, if we look at it like this way, they've highlighted the base, so that could be our width, that could be our length, and then this is our height. Doesn't really matter because they're all going to be multiplied together, okay? And over here, we could say that this was our length, and then that would be our width, and then that would be our height. You know what I mean? You can do it anyway. So basically, you've got to multiply all the numbers together. So you've got to go 5 times 4 times 6 in order to get, and that's easy to remember because you've got 3 numbers and you're going to put centimeters cubed, okay? What they're basically saying here is what you can do is you can say volume is equal to the area, because say the area, let's do a different color so you know what I'm talking about. Over here would be 5 times 4. And then you would multiply 5 times 4, which is 20. You'd multiply that by 6. So they're saying area multiplied by your height. Okay, so yes, you've got to multiply them all together. Otherwise, you could just work out the area and then multiply it by the height. Okay, so let us move on. Let's move on to the next picture. Now, something here which is really interesting is if it's a solid, okay, like you can see here, and it has a uniform cross-section. So basically it's the same all the way down. Can you see that one is a funny shape, but it's the same shape all the way through. Like if we look through it, it will be all the way through. If it's the same like that, then you actually your formula is just volume is equal to your area, and over here, look, that's 6, and your area over here is 6. As soon as you know it's squared, you know that's the area, times the volume, which is B4. So for this one, it would be 4 times 6, and would be 24 centimeters cubed. And that one's 4 times 6, also 24 centimeters cubed. Okay, so if it's all the way along, and you're thinking, well, where's the third number? This is already an area, so you just have to multiply it by the height. Okay, so it would be A times V equals AH. All right, let's move up. What have we got here? So the formula for the volume of solids with a uniform cross-section, that's exactly what I just said, is V equals AH, where A is the area of the cross-section and H is the height, which is perpendicular to A. Okay, fine, easy. Right, let's go to, okay. Can you see, we want to do an example here. So the example is, it's 22 centimeters cubed. So we know, if we're looking for the volume, we know we've got the area already, and we have to just multiply it by the height. So we would just do 22 times 25. Let me just put my calculator on. 22 times 25 gives us, which is equal to 550, and then you say centimeters cubed, okay, and that would be your answer for that one. So let's do the next one. Let me move up. Okay, so this one here has got a triangle as its base, okay. It's telling you that it's 12 meters this way, and it is, why has it got 12 and 6? Oh, that must be the height of the triangle. And then it's 13 meters in height. So first of all, you're going to work out what your triangle is. So for the triangle, you're going to say, okay, I have to do my 12 times 6 divided by 2. Okay, so 12 times 6 divided by 2, and you should know why I'm doing that, because you know your 12 times 6 divided, because you know what a triangular formula is, would give you 36. So now you know what your base is. Multiply it, going up here, times by 13, times by 13, and I get equals 468, what was it? It was meters cubed. Okay, so you work out what your triangular base is and then multiply it by your heights. Let's do one more. No, we're going. Okay, so this one, you've got a circle, which is got a radius of 3 centimeters and a height of 10. So you first of all work out, all right, I have to go pi 3 squared, and then I have to multiply my answer by 10. So you put that into your calculator, pi 3 squared multiplied by 10, and I get 282.74333. They often say correct to 2 decimal places. So for this one, that's the second decimal place. That 3 doesn't help it, so the answer, so they will go away. The answer will be 282.74 centimeters cubed. Okay, don't forget to show me working out. What I sometimes do is I put triangle there so that it tells me, not triangle, that would be a circle. I'll put a C. What I'm doing, so you can explain to me. Remember, I need to know where you're thinking and how you're thinking. Okay. All right, now we're going to move on to the next section, which is converting units of volume. Now, what I want you to look at over here is when you've got a millimeters, and this you already know. You already know the units of length, okay? So it's 10, 100, 1,000. You already know that. It's very different with units of volume. Because now, instead of, remember the last time we multiplied by 10 squared? Now we're multiplying by 10 cubed, by 100 cubed, by 1,000 cubed. And then dividing, if we go in the opposite direction, that way, and that way. So this is also something I suggest you write down as soon as you start an exercise. I am going to print them for you, so you've got them in your book. So come and get a copy from me. But it could be confusing if you don't have it down written. I've been working through it, and I find I need to have it written down. And you all know how smart I am. Okay, so now another one that you've got to remember is, if you've got, and it's quite interesting actually, 1 centimeter cubed, it's actually equal to 1 milliliter, okay? And if you've got a liter, which is 1,000 milliliters, you've got 1,000 centimeters cubed, okay? So 1 kiloliter is 1,000 liters, which is equal to 1 cubed meter, which is equal to 1,000,000 square centimeters. So this one I've also printed for you, so come and get them both from me and put them in your book. And also write this one down. You're going to be using it quite a lot to make sure you're doing the right thing and converting. You don't want your answer to be in the wrong spot. Right, what else have I got for you? Let's see. Next. Okay. Find the capacity of the container in liters and round your answer to the correct to 1 decimal place. So first of all, we've got centimeters here. So we're going to work in centimeters, okay? We're going to say to ourselves, well, we've got we first got to work on our face, and then we can multiply it by length. So we know that that's 8.3 centimeters. This and this means it is a square. I hope you said square. So if we go S, the square is 8.3 squared is equal to, so let's go 8.3 squared gives you 0.89 times by 15.6, because that is our height, times by 15.6, and you're left with 1074.684. And what did they say? Round your answer correct to 1 decimal place. Okay, but first of all, now this is centimeters cubed. Okay, so we've got to look and say, right, how many, if we've got centimeters cubed and they want this in liters, so 1 centimeters cubed, 1,000 centimeters cubed is equal to 1 liter. So, and we've got 1,074. So this would be moving your decimal 3 spaces to there. So the answer would be 1.074, but they want to answer correct to 1 decimal place. So that's the decimal place. He looks next door. The 7 is big enough to change him. So your answer is 1.1 liters. And you can put a capital L for that. And that would be liters. Yeah, just liters. So let me just check that I'm right. I'm right. Yes, yes, yes. And that's it. That's what you would do. So you do the whole thing in centimeters, and then at the end, change it, convert it from centimeters cubed into liters. And that, my darlings, is the end of that.